What if destiny didn't wait for you to remember it? What if it came looking for you, demanding you fulfill a promise you have no memory of making? This is the story of Captain Dane Lockhart, a man caught in a paradox he can't explain. Captain Lockhart was certain of one thing. He had never, ever set foot on the Aethari homeworld. There was no record, no memory, not even a fleeting dream to suggest otherwise. He was a human, a starship captain, and the Aethari were an ancient, enigmatic race, famous for their isolation. So you can imagine his confusion when he received an unexplained summons to the very heart of their empire. He was escorted to a towering palace carved from living, humming crystal, a place that resonated with a power he could feel but not comprehend. Standing before the royal court, surrounded by beings of light and shadow, Dane felt completely out of place, an intruder in a world that shouldn't know his name. And then it happened. A tiny Aethari princess, no older than a human child of 5, looked up at him. Just once. Her luminous, galaxy-like eyes widened in pure, unfiltered recognition. She leaned close to her mother, the queen, and whispered words that would shatter 10,000 years of tradition, sending a shockwave of silence through the entire court. She whispered, "Mom." "That's him." The entire palace froze. Every Aethari elder, every royal guard, every courtier turned to stare at Dane, to understand the gravity of this moment, and need to know something about the Aethari. Their children are born with a rare and sacred gift, the ability to instantly recognize their destined guardian. This guardian is a protector, a mentor, a lifelong bond forged by fate itself. And for all of recorded history, this guardian has always, without exception, been another Aethari. It was a law of their biology, a cornerstone of their culture. Never an outsider. Never, ever a human. Yet, the child pointed directly at Dane. She spoke again, her small voice ringing with a certainty that defied all logic. She said he had protected her before, that he had taught her the names of stars and galaxies humans hadn't even discovered. She described him standing between her and a terrible darkness, a shadow that Dane could not remember fighting, a battle that left no scars on his body or his mind. And then came the most impossible claim of all. She said he had made promises. Vows to always return, to always keep her safe. Promises Dane had no memory of making. As confusion and disbelief warred on Dane's face, something else began to happen. The very fabric of reality around them started to fray. Shimmering, unstable fractures began to tear open in the air, revealing glimpses of other times, other places. With these dimensional tears, ancient prophecies, long dismissed as myth, resurfaced in the minds of the Aethari elders. They spoke of a guardian who existed between moments, a protector untouched by the linear flow of time, a being who would arrive not because fate demanded it, but because he chose, again and again, to keep a sacred vow, a protector whose bond was so strong it could transcend lifetimes and rewrite history. Standing there, watching the impossible unfold, a slow, painful realization began to dawn on Dane. He might not remember the little girl. He might not remember the darkness she spoke of, or the promises he supposedly made under alien stars. But looking into her eyes, seeing the unwavering faith she had in him, he knew with a gut-wrenching certainty that it was true. He had made that promise. His memory might be gone, lost to a fractured timeline or a battle he couldn't recall, but the promise itself had survived. It had crossed dimensions to find him. It had called him to this palace, to this child who remembered him when he couldn't even remember himself. Dane Lockhart looked at the Aethari princess, who was now smiling, her trust absolute. And in that moment, the confusion and fear fell away, replaced by a single resolute thought. He would honor his word. Memory or not, he would protect her. He would fight that darkness again. He would become the guardian she already believed him to be. Because some bonds are stronger than biology, stronger than species, stronger even than time itself. And sometimes becoming who you were always meant to be means protecting a child who believes in you, even when you don't yet believe in yourself. The captain's journey wasn't about rediscovering a lost past, but about embracing a forgotten future. and proving that the greatest promises are the ones written not in our minds, but in our souls. Thank you so much for watching. If you love stories that challenge the boundaries of time, memory, and destiny, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tales from the edge of the universe. What do you think happened to Dane's memory? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious.